Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So 5 months ago I began dropshipping and I was providing my products through the software that I used, and over time I began to source my own products. And the key things that I've learned in that time is just making sure that you find products that consistently makes you sales, because all you simply need is to find one product that makes you sales every single day, then you find another one and you keep finding another one, and eventually you be left with tens and hundreds of products that are making you consistent sales every single day. And that is exactly what I'm going to go through today. So for all kinds of dropshipping, there are 3 key things you have to look for. I'm going to go through the different steps that I take to finding my own products. I'm going to start with the easiest way and the quickest way to then go into the more in-depth, the one that finds you the best product. So number 1, source an individual product. So this is the base, this is the foundation at which I find my product. So the first thing I'll do is go on Amazon, and you can see Amazon is already opened up. So the first thing I want to do is type a dash and just random letters. This doesn't really matter too much. And now there are certain things you want to tick off. As you can see, we have 100,000 results. Now there are certain things that you want to make sure you find to ensure that your product ticks certain boxes. So the first thing you want to do is click on all Prime. You want to make sure all your products fit under Amazon Prime for the quick shipping, so your customers can actually get this product as quick as possible. And now the next thing is you want to make sure the customer reviews is 4-star and up. So that's the highest you can actually select. And then the next thing I would usually do at the beginning when I started dropshipping, I didn't really care too much about the price, but now I've started looking for products £20 and upwards, maybe £15 and upwards. So I'm just gonna put this on 15, and let's say the max being about 200. That's gonna now narrow down the listings even more. So now we have 40,000 listings available. So besides from those, I'm not really fussed. I'm just gonna leave all these other ones as they are. But now you can see that the department comes up with a few options. So if you want to change these options here, all you simply have to do is just change these letters that you typed in the search box. But in this case, I don't even need to narrow it down. It's already narrowed it down to stationery and office. So I'm just going to leave it as that. You know, now we have a few products. You can see that every single one of them are about 4.5 stars, 4-star and upwards. And you can see that we actually have 118,000 reviews, 10,000 reviews. So these are products that are extremely good. These are products that most people are buying from Amazon, that Amazon is going to keep putting on page 1. So this pretty much narrows Amazon down to one of their best products in this category. So now to find just one product, I'll simply click on any of them. So let's just go with this product that I found with 118,000 reviews. And now we can see the product here. It's already chosen a pack. I can change this if I want to. So what I'll now do at this point is try to find the ASIN for this product. And this can simply be found on a MacBook by typing Command and F, and this is gonna bring up the search, and I just have to type in ASIN. And you can see it took me straight to the ASIN at the bottom of the page. And then I will copy this, and the software I use is LYSTR. So LYSTR is already right here, and all I simply have to do is import new products, and I just paste that ASIN into LYSTR, and afterwards I just add file directly. And now when I go into view products, we can see right here on LYSTR that product was blocked. So the main reason this happened here is just to protect me. So LYSTR has the function to actually prevent me from listing products that have been patented or whatever like that, so that way I don't get into any trouble. That there is the easy way, that's the basic way. So this is kind of the basis for it, and this is going to ensure that I can mostly find good products. So this is almost like a automated system just to easily find good products. It's not the best products, but it's good products. And now number 2 would be a mass collection of these kind of products. Of course, if you want to add several 20, 30 products to your store, you don't want to be doing this one at a time. So now what I would do now is find an ASIN fetcher. There's so many out there, but personally I just came across one known as ASIN fetcher. And in this case, you can easily just type that onto the internet. You can see it comes up right here, ASIN fetcher, Amazon, and all I have to do is just download this and I add it to my extensions, and it's that simple. Now I would go back to the search. We'll do this again. I'll just type in any random letters, and we can see that products are gonna come. Then I'm gonna type in all Prime, 4-star and up, and let's say about £20 and upwards. And in this case, you can see that just because I typed in different letters here, we have more options. So now we have home accessories, DIY, kitchen tools. So this time I'm just gonna go with something different. I'm going to go with DIY and tools because that's proven to do pretty well for me recently. So in this situation, I want to get all of these products. I don't want to go into each of them to find one at a time because that's extremely time consuming. Now in order to get all the ASINs for all of these products at once, we want to use what we just downloaded, the ASIN fetcher. And you can see right here, we click on here and it has all the ASINs from several pages. And all we simply have to do is just copy these ASINs right here. So we can copy as much as we want. That's the best part about this. You can literally copy up to 300, 400, whatever amount you want, and add it all at a time. And the best thing again about LYSTR that I use is that although I'm copying so many at one time, the bad ones aren't going to get chosen. The ones that can get me into trouble aren't going to get chosen. They're going to get blocked. So I don't have to worry myself about selecting or doing more research into what products, you know, can actually get me into trouble. I'm going to show you exactly what I would do. So literally, let's just say I'll copy about 15, or let's say, you know, 30, whatever amount. This is 47, and I'm just going to right click, copy, go into LYSTR, and I'll repeat the same process. And I'm just going to install import products, and you can see all the products are right here, and I add it directly. And now going back onto import jobs, we can see now that 12 were imported, 9 was blocked. There was no data from 26, but we know that 12 has been imported. And you can also see that we have 9 duplicates. So this is telling me that I have some of these products already. So it's not going to just add the same product again. So here we can see all the products I just added. So you can pretty much see some of them here. I have 114 in total. This is because those are some products that I already added previously, but here are the products. You can see it right here, and that is option number 2. Now moving on to step number 3. So this is when I do analysis on the product that I want. This is when I really dive in, try to find products that are working for other people to make sure I find those same products that can hopefully work for me. So before actually searching for any products, there are 4 things you need to note down. So these kind of products that work really good, the winning products that most people are able to find, they need to tick certain boxes. And the primary thing would be it needs to solve a problem. This product needs to connect to customers emotionally. They need to see this product and feel a certain way about it. It needs to solve some sort of problem that they have in life, so that way they feel attracted to this product and they want to get it as soon as they possibly can. Now the second is it needs to have a wow factor. Now for example, the iPhone has a wow factor, but it doesn't solve a problem. Several phones are actually better than the iPhone, but simply because of the product that it is, people are actually very, you know, surprised about it. People want to continue getting it year after year just because it has that wow factor. Now the third thing is that it needs to be scarce. It needs to be something that people just can't go around the corner to just get this product. They need to at least go out of their way or have to order it from a certain store, and the more scarce it is, the better. So if you can actually tick the first 2 boxes and it's a product that you can find or not a lot of people are selling, then that's even better. That is when you create demand on your store. That's when people continue to come to you for this product. And lastly, it needs to have good reviews. You do not want to have a product that has bad reviews, simply because you are going to have to deal with all of these problems. If you have a product where it's always breaking, something's always snapping, customers are going to continue to come to you saying this product is breaking. You're going to have to keep returning it, and it's just a lot of work. So you want to make sure most of the customers that have bought this product already are happy with it. For example, just looking at this random product I came across, you can see this sort of has the wow factor. It makes people think about what they can use this product for. So you can see based on the images as well, it connects to emotions in a certain way, because look, it's very small. People will feel like, okay, they can use this to protect their kids, their children. It makes them feel something. And looking at the reviews, we can see a lot of 5 stars. We can see, look, just looking at the reviews, we can see a lot of positivity from this product. Those are the 4 things you need to note down. I'm going to show you guys another example of how I actually do this from other eBay dropshippers or other platforms where I can find these kind of products. So going on to eBay, for example, I came across this product right here. There's a seller, but this product isn't actually it. This is not what I'm interested in, but I can see that he has 4,000 reviews alone, and I can see that he has 1 item available to sell. So this is a quick hint and a quick indication that this guy here is some sort of eBay dropshipper for sure. And to confirm this, I'm now going to go into his page to find out even more about what he sells. And going through his feedback now, I'm able to see that he has quick delivery. So when you see quick delivery, it gives me signs of Amazon, because only Amazon ships in literally, you know, 1 to 2 days. You can see very fast delivery. And to even find out more, to make sure, we can see that it says he had a negative review saying item was sent by Amazon, but of course just his positive reviews alone is going to, you know, outmatch that. So now just to find out more about some products that might tick the boxes that I listed before. For example, we can see a product like this, right? This is a simple mat. You can see that you can use it for several things. You can put it on a table, countertop, blah blah blah, baking mat, and you can see that there are some uses. It's not the best product, but this is just a quick example of a product that solves a problem. You can use it for several things. So in this case now, I found this guy's product and I can say, cool, you know, is it competitive? Then I would want to search this on eBay in general just to see other sellers who are also selling this product. And now we can see that there are a few people selling this product as well on eBay. They're actually dropshipping this product, but we can see the prices. So this isn't anything bad, you know, it's good to have competitors, but you can see that there are quite a few people selling this exact same product. So in this case, I might not want to go for this because it's slightly competitive. So that is pretty much how I find my product. So when I just continue to do these things, eventually I'll come across good products, I'll come across bad products, and I just continue to shuffle through it. But the main thing about eBay dropshipping specifically, you don't need to hone in too much on products as long as you have several good products. So that is why I showed you guys the exact stage on how you can find multiple products all at one time. But of course, if you're doing other kind of dropshipping, then you want to make sure you analyze these products, find out if it's working for other sellers, because things that are already proven, you don't need to change the system, you just actually need to follow the system. Make sure it's not too competitive and continue to follow the same system. So now here's another video that you can watch. Be sure to check this out to find out answers to other questions that you might actually have. And thank you guys for watching. I hope this was useful, and without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video. So hey guys, it's me again. So I almost forgot to announce the winner of last week's giveaway. So the winner can be seen right here on the screen. Be sure to actually get at me and I will send you this money. Thank you guys again for your support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.